Good morning, good morning, good morning, all of my great trade geniuses out there. Welcome to Trade Genius Live. I am your host and the brand ambassador of the Edge Funder, Trend Genius. And happy Monday, y'all. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. We up in here on a Monday, on a very interesting week, to say the least. Let's see here. How y'all feeling, man? How we doing? How we doing? How are we doing? Let's see here who we got in the building. T. Pruitt, good morning. Jerome in the house, good morning. Kick Rocks, good morning, good morning. Jay Roy, what you say? I'm getting Pop-Tarts. Soak, top of the morning. Mike, good morning. Nico, good morning. Feeling great. How are you? I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good. I don't know. I was having this nose thing for a while. I think it's just about gone. So other than that, I'm feeling good, man. How are you guys feeling? How y'all doing? Let me know. How are y'all doing? How y'all feeling? What's the sentiment for the morning? Serena, good morning. Happy Monday to you too. So what's today's science, y'all? Well, we got hella bands. Top of the morning to you, Brody. Donna, good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody feeling? Kaz, Grand Risings, yes. My weekend was, I didn't really do too much this weekend, just did a bunch of admin stuff that I've been working on that I got to get completed. That's all I've actually did this weekend, y'all. For me, that was it. Pretty much just pretty much relaxed. And I mean, it ain't like I was watching TV when I say relax. When I say relax, meaning I was sitting on my sofa with my laptop, just with my feet up, just taking care of my business. So everything that I was doing was online. So I was just pretty much relaxing, working the whole weekend. Sat right there on my sofa and worked the whole weekend. What we got? Night Killer, that's what's up. Good morning. Finally able to catch me live. Yeah, man, that's what's up. You need your caffeine fix, Mike? Yeah. I feel that. Q, Grand Risings. Josh, Threats, Grand Risings. Joe Bro, good morning. Morbid Drifter, good morning. Sneo, good morning. Pivot Point, good morning. Good morning. Regina, good morning. I'm in and out this morning. Let the W's continue. Absolutely. Ain't that some facts? So, got that cup of coffee, huh? I see you. That's what's up, y'all. All right, well, you know how we do it. Let's go ahead and jump to news. It's about 11 minutes for the markets open. You know what? My bad. How y'all feeling, man? Let me know. One word me. How are you guys feeling? How are you feeling? Anything exciting you did over the weekend? Let's get that stuff out. Let's get it out. Fernando is a Raider. Great weekend for me. Ha 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 ha. Oh, Kick Rocks, you a Raiders fan. Okay. Got you. Okay. Yeah, y'all did a little dusting up in the draft. We didn't do too bad either. We did actually really good. My Saint Josh, no. Shout out Josh Threats. Who that? My Who that partner in crime on the stream. We did pretty good in the in free agency, and we did fairly well in the draft. I think we got about a B plus A minus. That's what I call it. It's gonna be crazy weekend because of Trump thing that happened. Yeah. It's gonna be ill, y'all. It's gonna be ill. But yeah, man. Sitting on my hands this morning after the win from the 5-0. The win from the 5-0 last night, I thought the 5-0 lost. Not to say that I'm not checking you, Pivot Point. I'm just saying, like, the 5-0 lost. Yeah, it lost last night. But if you won, that means you went in the opposite direction. But that's cool too. I ain't mad. Like, get your money. Yeah, get your money. But the 5-0 was a short, not a long today or last night. Pivot Point. But hey, you made some bread, so still sit on your hands. But yeah, shout out to you if you made some bread. Hey, sometimes we go in the wrong direction and it works out in our favor. That happens. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Pivot Point probably just took it the wrong way. That's all right. We ain't about to jump on our head behind it. Like, it's all good. Yeah, it did. Right. It lost last night, no reentry, but Pivot Point says she took it. That's all right. She took it in the wrong direction. That's okay. I'm a help her. Get that together. I'm a DM you pivot point, so we'll get that together. But it's all good if you made some money. Don't even worry about it. Look, hey, it worked in your favor. We ain't going. We're not going to even go, and we're not going to discuss it. We ain't going no further with it. Like, it is what it is. You made your bread. I ain't mad, but I'm gonna hit you up in a DM so I can put you on game. Actually, we'll do it. We'll do it today. I'll show you like how to know which direction to go, so this way you cool. But I'm glad you made some bread. But what we don't want to happen is we don't want you to take it in the wrong direction and you lose, and then the trade would actually won, right? So for the sake of last night, we glad that yesterday that was a great mistake. That was a great mistake, for real, for real. But yeah, I'm gonna get you right. Kyle said he's feeling refreshed. Mr. Colon, good morning. Bodovan, good morning. All right, so is everybody feeling good? Because I only saw a couple people say, "Oh, you got a pivot point, no problem." I only saw a couple people say how they was feeling. Let me know, man, how y'all feeling. One word me. We got 32 folks in here. One word me. Let me know how you're feeling. It's important that you say how you're feeling when we show up on the charts. It's basically like we're doing a temperature check. That's why I ask you guys that, so you don't have to ask yourself. I'm already implementing it for you. You know what I'm saying? So, but let me know, y'all, how y'all feeling. Like, for the ones that didn't answer, like, how y'all feeling? Good, not good, feeling nice? Okay, cool. That's what's up, Super Space Man. What about you, Bodovan? How you feeling? Mr. Cologne, how you feeling? Good look in the White House. Good, like Trump in the White House dinner. I heard that, Jay Royal. You wow. Once I can quit this job, I'll be feeling Lou better. That's what's up. Josh, in time, brother, in time. All right, what we got? There we go. Serena, committed. Night killer. Motivated. Jerome in the house. Good. Raider 40. Good. That's what's up, y'all. That's what's up. Okay. Hella bands. Great. I think daily bias is bearish at the moment. Laser focused mind. Good. That's what's up. All right. That's what I wanted. All right. They coming in, working, but good. Josh stress a lot. I got you. I'm with you, Josh. Yeah. I'm with you. All right, cool. We got through that. That's what I wanted. It's very important that we always say how we're feeling every day when we show up on the chart. It's a temperature check. You know, if we're feeling rushed, if we're feeling, how would I say, we're feeling antsy, we're feeling like a sense of, anxiety, it's good to say it. So this way we recognize it. And if that's the case, then guess what we need to do? Take a couple of deep breaths. Let's get up. Let's walk around. Let's shake that off of us, because we know if we come into the charts with that, with those emotions and feelings, that can, mess with our clarity, right? And we don't need that. Without prejudice, what's up, my brother? Top of the morning to you. I don't want to bother you with all the issues, but in general, feeling fine considering the continuous stress here in Ukraine from the war. Bro, Bodovan, you're in Ukraine, bro? Dang. Man, shout out to you, bro. Considering the continuous stress here in Ukraine from the war. Man, all I got to say is, man, my hat goes off to you, brother. And heart goes out to you. Jeez. Man, just whatever you've been doing, brother, just continue to keep doing that. I don't know what that is, but whatever it is, I would say that it's working. Just continue to keep doing that, Bodovan. For real, bro. Straight up. Melvin Hines hanging in. Hope all is well with you. Thank you, bro. Everything is good. Had a pretty good weekend. As I stated, I didn't do too much. Just did a bunch of, dang, Bodovan. Yeah, bro. Yeah, just, man, that's tough. But hey, bro, you know what I mean? You making it through. Just, prayers up for you all the time, bro. I can only imagine. That's all I can say. I can only imagine. But yeah, Melvin, I didn't do too much. I had a bunch of admin stuff that I needed to take care of, and I just took care of that. That was pretty much it. So pretty much I was on my sofa like literally all weekend. My right hand man, he'll tell you that. Like, I did absolutely nothing but that all weekend. And some stuff that I have to get done. I was trying to finish up this weekend. I didn't finish it up. I mean, it's just very, very time consuming. But I say maybe about another week. Definitely by this weekend coming, I should definitely have it finished. But other than that, let's go ahead and jump to. We'll go to news first. All right, let's hit up some news. Let's see what we've got rocking today. Today is Monday, April 27th. All right, let me do a little refresh here. All right, so actually nothing on the books today. A lot of red folder news in Japan. So that's Asia market. So we got to be mindful tonight on the well, actually it's at 4:30. So, but the one at 10 p.m. could be something because 4:30. Let me see, 4:30 my time. Oh yeah, actually I take that back. That could have a significant bring some significant volume in the market for the overnight Asia strategy session. So just keep that in mind. But as far as this morning, we have nothing going on. All right, Kiara, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, so we ain't gonna worry about the rest of the days. We just gonna focus on today. Monday, nothing going on. Let's jump to the charts. All right, so let's do our daily bias. We're on the 5-minute. Let's go and mark it out. Y'all know how we do it. 5 to 9. And we do 11 to 2. Let's get this daily bias rocking. All right, hold on one sec. My earpiece is dying. All right, so, all right, now we got our zones drawn out. All right, so now what are we doing? We are trying to see what happened we're comparing London session to Asia session, meaning we're trying to see if London took out Asia's high or Asia's low. All right, so let's do some identifying right now. So Asia's high, it was real easy. Let me open this up a little bit. All right, Asia's high is real easy. We know Asia's high is here, right? It's just the highest point that price went between 5 and 9. And remember, y'all, I am on Pacific Standard Time, so these times will correspond to the region that you're living in, whether that's Mountain, Central, or Eastern. All right, so here is the Asia high, and we can say this candle right here is the Asia low. We can't count this one where we have this swing low right here because this was outside of our time frame. So we would count this one, which is the lowest. This is the lowest candle. Okay, what's the name is? All right, market's opening in 1 minute. So this is the lowest point of Asia. This is the highest point. Let's go over, let's check London. London's high would have to be, is it here? Yeah, London's high would have to be here. So London did not take out Asia's high, but it looked like it did take out Asia's low. Nope, it did not. Did not take out Asia's high or Asia's low. So we know that we are looking for market to be possibly choppy today. So, hold on one second, y'all. All right, cool. So we're looking for, as I stated, we're looking for price to be somewhat choppy today. So let's see what we get. Market is opening in 6 seconds. Let me take these off my chart. All right, look like market is now open. Let's see what we get. All right. And let me drop back down to the 1 minute. All right, cool. So today, personally, I'm looking for sales. That's what I'm looking for. That's what my bias is telling me. I'm not talking about the overnight bias. I'm talking about bias on this, like what price has been doing. We've been hitting all-time highs, and we've been bullish, bullish, bullish. You can see all this. We've just a bunch of bullish action. So I'm looking for some correction in the market. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Let's see here. What's this? 630 candle. All right, let's see what we get. Wow, this candle is pretty high volume here. All right, what we got? Good morning, good morning. All right, cool. Everybody straight. All right, cool. So we can definitely say we have if this can hold, we would have a daily short. But our target is way down here. I mean, can price reach that? Absolutely it can. But I don't know if I would hold it that far, though. Maybe hold a runner that far. Let's look left and see what we got going on left. Okay. All right, so let's do this. Let's give this candle the opportunity to close so we can get a fair value gap. And then we might just take that ride south. All right, let's see. Anybody in anything? Is anybody in anything? Let me know, y'all. If y'all in anything, let me know. If you're new, welcome. Glad to have you. All right, cool. So we have our fair value gap. So I'm going to go ahead on and put my order in. Oh, am I even signed in? Dang it, I'm not even signed in. I'm tripping. There we go. All right. Let's rock. All right, so I'm going to work on this eval right here. Cool. All right, so I'm going to miss my entry. See that? Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm tripping over here. All right, let's get this going. Let's get this going. All right, let's get that going. All right, cool. So let's go here. And we're going to sell. All right, we're in this in this cell.
Order filled.
I would say stop loss would be at this previous swing high right here. And there's my buy stop. And let's see here. What am I going to do?
Order submitted.
Anybody in anything? I think what I'm going to do, let me look left, y'all. I think I'm going to, right here, I'm going to use this previous swing low right here as a target, where I'm going to trim. Let's see here. Let's do a buy limit. And then I'm going to trim 5 of my contracts at this area, and I'm going to let a runner run. That's how I'm going to rock my trade for the day. Serena, you in? You in shorts? Yeah, that's how I'm going to rock my trade for the day. This is my trade right here. And I'm going to let that runner run and go from there. What we got? What we got? What we got? Ape Lazy in shorts on one account. Got it. T Pruitt shorts. Everybody's in shorts. Got a payout. That's what's up. Mr. Payout. Jerry Jack in the building. Got a payout coming tonight. That's dope, brother. Congrats on that. That's fire. Jerry Jack, that was for you. Heavy Enjoy Life. Good morning. Missed it, Trent. I didn't miss it. Or unless you're saying you missed it. I thought I was gonna miss it because I wasn't logged in. I was tripping. But yeah, so I'm gonna show y'all something too after. Well, I can show y'all now. Y'all see how you get a little slippage sometime? If y'all remember, I actually set my entry right here, right where you see my crosshair, right here. But a lot of times when you get in, I'm sure you guys have noticed this, you'll get into a trade, price will tap you in, and you'll get a little slippage. Look at where my entry is. My entry is actually up here. I actually put my limit order right here. So with that stated, you know what I'm saying? Like, it happens sometimes, but I'm just letting y'all know, like I'm just showing y'all, you know, that this does happen. So the slippage thing is real. There's nothing that we can do to really get away from that. All we can actually really do is just put our limit order there and, you know what I mean? Just, you know, hope that price gets us in as close to our order as possible as far as price is concerned. So, but yeah, so I just wanted to show y'all that. Y'all see that? Look, my entry's way up here, and actually, I put my limit order right here. But that's how it works in this game. So just know that that's something that's real. It's legitimate. That's pretty much how it goes. Oh, you missed DS shorts. Got you. Oh, anytime, my brother. You got it, Jerry Jack. Anytime. All right, cool. So I'm in on another trade on my other account. I'm actually doing. Wow, that was a very strong. That thing came down and shot straight back up, straight shot a crazy wick off that. But yeah. So price, if you think about it, price just hit where the daily, where the 5-0 entry from last night. Let me show y'all. See 5-0 entry right here. What's that? That is the close of this candle, which is 27,357.75. So let's get over there. 25,357.75. What's the low here? Low here is 25,354. So almost pretty close. Pretty close. Hit that area and reject it. So let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. All right. So we're all in shorts. Hopefully everybody got their stop loss. Everybody got a stop loss. I'm not gonna ask. I'm just gonna say everyone has a stop loss. Said no one should be trading without a stop loss. All right, cool. So we're gonna let that cook. Let me see here. Let me go over here and make sure I'm straight over here. The high there, 421.75. So 421.75. All right, and boom, and that would be my, all right, cool. So we locked in on everything. Yes, we are. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and get this mental therapy rocking. What we got? I think we could go as low as 26,863, 26,863, 26,863. So you're saying about right in this area, bottoming. Soap, you're saying 1,2863. What's in this area? I'm just curious. Okay. Gotcha. All right, cool. Well, we're going to let that cook. And we are going to get our mental therapy rocking. We're already in the trade, so the trade going to do what it's going to do. All right, cool. Let's get our mental therapy rocking. All right, so let's jump into our question of the day. We'll let the trade cook, and it's going to do what it's going to do. We already did what we could do. We did all the control that we can. We entered the trade. You know, hopefully you got your entry where you want it. You didn't chase it. You didn't FOMO in. You got your stop loss set. You got your take profit set, and we let it cook. So let's move on. Nothing for us to do there. So question of the day today is, are you forcing clarity, or is the market actually clear? Are you forcing clarity, or is the market actually clear? So let's talk about that. What are we talking about there? Are you forcing? You're asking yourself this question. Or am I forcing clarity, or is the market actually clear? Got it at 5-0 reentry. Okay, cool. Got it at 5-0 reentry. That's what's up. All right, so the talking point here is us asking ourselves this question, right? We always want to make sure, we talk about this every day. We always want to make sure that we ask ourselves a series of different questions to make sure that we are making sure that we are checking our boxes off, and that we are following rules, we're following discipline, we're following our leverage, we're following risk management. Like, we're making sure we're following all of these different things. The way that we do that is we ask ourselves all of these series of questions of things that we do pretty much every day, right? So we're asking ourselves, we're looking at the charts, we're like, okay, I see a setup. Am I forcing clarity? Like, am I forcing myself to think that I'm seeing clarity in the market? Like, I'm seeing some, clear direction, or is the market actually clear? You got to ask yourself that question, right? You have to ask yourself that question. Because you want to make sure what? You want to make sure that you are not forcing anything, but also too, you want to make sure that you are seeing the market for what the market is showing you, right? You don't want your subconscious nature, or you don't want something to make you think there's something there that's not. So you got to ask yourself these questions, because remember, trading is so psychological that there's a lot of times that we force things based on what our psychology is telling us. So that's why we ask ourselves these questions every day. that we sit down. There's tons of questions that we go through. We can ask ourselves all of these questions. And we're asking ourselves right now, am I forcing clarity or is the market actually clear? So for today's price action, I would say that the market is clear. We'll jump back. I'm a screen share. We'll jump back to that and we'll take a look at that. But let's get into some deeper point on this topic, on this question. This is to, how would I say, check yourself and audit yourself, because what you're really doing here when you ask yourself, am I forcing clarity or is the market actually clear? What are you really doing? You really want to make sure that what you're seeing it's obvious. Like the market is showing itself, right? It's showing you what you need to see. Because if it's not obvious what the market is doing, then of course you can't be ready to take that entry, right? You got to wait to see what market is doing first, right? To even understand, I'm going long, I'm going short, how are you going to implement your strategy, whatever it is that you're doing. You got to make sure that you see clarity, right? And you're not forcing anything. Period. So with that said, think about it. Forced clarity would lead to what? If you're forcing clarity, what is that going to lead to? Y'all already know. It's going to lead to bad trades, bad entries, risk reward just totally upside down. Think about it. That whole trade is just not going to be a good trade, just from a numbers perspective. Then you add in all the other variables. Forcing, you're not seeing clarity. You're basically, if you're forcing, you're guessing, because you're not using structure, you're not using clarity, you're not using the different confluences that you would need, right, to have clear structure. How would I say, to have, if you're trading reversals, to have a clear reversal. If you're trading a liquidity sweep, to have a clear liquidity sweep. I mean, whatever it is that you're trading, everything has to be clear. It has to be clear. No matter, when I say everything that you're trading, meaning if you're trading a strategy, if you're scalping, whatever your strategy is, I don't care what it entails, whatever indicators are involved, like you have to have clarity, and we have to make sure that we're not forcing it. That is the main thing. Absolutely, Jerry Jack. Bad trades. Just think about it. We're forcing anything, it ain't good. We just got to keep that in mind. If we're forcing anything, it's just not good. We got to see the market for what it is. Clarity is obvious, right? When we get clarity, it's obvious what the market is doing when clarity is there, right? If we're forcing clarity, that means it's confusion. And confusion is going to be expensive. Just think about it. Confusion is going to be very, 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 very expensive. And it's going to be the determining factor of why possibly trades may be going against us. Period. So we always have to keep that in mind. If it's not obvious, it's not ready, meaning price action. If price action is not obvious, then you ain't ready to take a trade. You're not ready for an entry. Period. So forced clarity leads to bad trades, like as I just stated. Clarity is obvious. Confusion is expensive. So just keep those things in mind. We can't be forcing clarity. We have to make sure that we're seeing everything that we need to see to understand that there is clarity there. We are looking at clarity. Our subconscious mind is not fooling us. We're not thinking something is there that is not there. So we always want to ask ourselves these questions just like I say, we're just auditing ourselves and we're doing a temperature check is what it really is. I always call it a temperature check. Like when I ask y'all how y'all feeling, like all these things are like temperature checks. We're trying to see how we're doing, how we're feeling, what we're seeing to make sure that we are engaging properly, right? If the market is choppy, then we don't even need to be engaging with that, right? Because what is that saying? If the market is choppy, then what? Price ain't clear. There's no clarity there. We don't mess with that. We want to see clarity. We want to make sure that we are not fooling ourselves. We want to make sure that what we are seeing and what we possibly may be getting ready to do based on what we're seeing is actually all clear. That's what we have to see. If we don't see that, then we leave it alone. We sit on our hands. We move on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we do everything. We do everything outside of not taking that trade, not placing that entry. So just keep that in mind. 15-minute bangers also. Okay. So we got 15-minute banger. All right. So, Interesting. So everybody is going short. Coaches don't went short. All of our strategies lined up short. Let me see this 15-minute. Oh, yeah. What's this? Yeah, 15-minute banger is valid. We would definitely needed a, let me see, we did not have a closing drawdown, huh? No, we did not. But it's a slight, yeah, we didn't have a closing drawdown. But still, everything is looking bullish. I was just checking the 15-minute out. I'll screen share and jump over there so y'all can see what I was looking at. I was just checking out 15-minute time frame, just seeing if this 15-minute strategy was valid, and it is valid because we have a bearish candle at 6:15 and a bearish candle at 6:30. So that makes it, oh wow. All right, y'all saw that. All right, so cool. All right, so what are we doing now? We are going to now change this down to 1, right? All right, and then we're going to put that guy right here. We're going to let that runner run. We're going to let him run. And there it is. So let's do a little recap while I got the runner in. So what do we do here? So I do a little recap for everybody on this trade. So what do we do here? We traded it's a little strategy I trade, right? Based on market structure and fair value gaps. And these pink lines that you see. Where are we at? And these pink lines that you see right here. These are my targets, right? Well, just based on the way price had been, I was already looking for price to be bearish, okay? Even though I know our daily bias said that price would be choppy, I was still looking for bearish price action for a number of reasons. Because we had been so bullish for so long, we're at all-time highs, and I was only expecting at some point for price to pull back. So I'm just giving you my way of thinking, like why I even was thinking about taking sells, even considering that the overnight bias was saying that the market would be choppy. You know, if the market is going to be choppy, cool, no big deal. I'm not married to that, as we always say. We're never married to our bias. It's just, how would I say? It's just an idea, right? We look at it and we're like, okay, just based on our little cheat code, this is what could possibly happen. But we're not married to that because, of course, price can do anything. So with my trade, so let me explain to y'all my trade for the ones that are, the ones that ask me, like, what's your strategy? Let me explain. So 6:30 count. I'm always looking for my trade. 6:28. I know on Friday it happened at 6:26. Sometimes it can happen a lot sooner than normal. That tends to happen sometime. Sometimes it happens. 6:27. It'll set up 6:26, 6:27, 6:28. That happens from time to time. But I'm basically looking for my strategy after 6:30. Of course, as I just stated, it'll set up a little early sometime. That's just something that I got, I just pay attention to. So 6:30 candle right here. All right. I had a market structure shift. What does that mean? Price closed below the most previous swing low or previous swing high. In this case, it was the previous swing low. So as you can see, this is my market structure shift. So price closed below what? This previous swing low right here. Now, the next step that I'm waiting for in this strategy is I'm waiting for price to make a fair value gap. It doesn't have to make a fair value gap immediately after this candle, but as long as it makes a fair value gap after it makes market structure shift, meaning market structure shift happened. It could have been a fair value gap somewhere down here in these candles if that was the way that it turned out. But today it just happened to turn out that this candle made market structure shift and the next candle afterwards made a fair value gap. And I'll show you guys where that fair value gap is for the ones that can't see it. It's right here. Fair value gap is right there. This is where the fair value gap was. So if you see, remember I told y'all my entry was I got a good fill. It wasn't the fill I wanted. I would rather have my fill. If you're looking at my crosshair, my fill was my entry was supposed to be right here below, right at the very, very bottom of this fair value gap, right at the bottom of this purple box where you see my crosshair. That's where I placed my limit order. But when price got me in, Price got me in up here. And this is the slippage that I was telling y'all about. It tends to happen. At least this time it worked out in my favor because it was slippage in the opposite direction, right? So that means it got me, I should have been in, entry price would have been 27,389.75. That would have been my entry, right? Like right here, basically the top of this candle, the high of this candle, which is the bottom of that box. So that's where my entry was. But it got me in at 391.75. So what is that? What's the difference of that? That is the difference of 389.75, 391.75. That's a difference of 2 points, which is a difference of 8 ticks. So it was 8 ticks off, but at least it was 8 ticks, 8 ticks into the trade, not 8 ticks out the trade, because it could have been 8 ticks this way, right? Price could have got me in somewhere around here, around like where my buy stop is, where my stop is. It could have got me in somewhere around here, but it got me in up here, and I'll take it. I ain't mad. I'll take that. Oh yeah, I'll take that all day. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. So, all right. So my entry goes here. Now, what am I doing? I set a limit order there. What am I waiting? I'm waiting for price to come back into this area, because we know based on characteristics, that's why I trade the strategies that I trade, and I only trade NQ this way. Because one thing we know about NQ is what? NQ loves to go inside, to go back and retest fair value gaps. That's what it loves to do. So with that stated, that's why I trade the way that I trade. That's why I use fair value gaps. I use market structure shift, because this is the characteristics of NQ. So that's how I trade. All right. So my target would be a daily level. My target would be down here. But me understanding that price is probably not going to come down here, and if it does, I'm not going to hold it that far. I'm going to be smart. We're at war. The market is very volatile. People are tweeting, truth socialing, doing all of this stuff, and it's just driving the market to do all kinds of things, right? All the different news reports, stuff Iran is saying, stuff that Trump is saying back to Iran. So we know we got all of that going on. We got to keep that in mind, right? All right. So what do? We err on the side of caution. So what I did was I placed my take profit right here at this previous swing low. Now, someone would ask me, well, why'd you place it there? Let me explain. So once again, characteristics of NQ. What does NQ love to do? NQ always loves to come back and tap levels that it's been at before. So I know price was not, I'm not going to hold price all the way down here to my target, right? So I got to find another target. And guess what? That target was this right here. That's where I had put my, I put a limit order for 5 of those 6 micro contracts I was in. As you can see, I'm still in 1, so I got 1 running. And then as you can see, I have my stop loss just below my entry. So if price comes back to get me, I still make a little bit of money, and that little bit of money takes care of the fees for this one runner. If not, then it continues to run and we just make some extra dough. But me being safe, I said I'm going to put my, all right, so I'm out to trade. Y'all saw that. Price came back and tapped me out. Cool, no worries. So I saw this right here, this previous swing low, and I said, you know what? I'm going to use that as my target. I know price will probably come back and at least touch that just based on characteristics. So I trimmed 5 contracts at this level and left 1 runner. Y'all saw my one runner got stopped out, but nevertheless, I still did $475.50 in 13 accounts. Not too bad, right? Not too bad. So there that is. Now show you this, that, and I'm done. So I went ahead and logged out of my accounts. My bread is secure for the day. And that's that. So on my big accounts, I'm taking the 5-0. I re-entered on that. So I'm letting that rock. But on my smaller accounts, these right here, y'all saw the trade I took and y'all saw how I executed that. All right, so let's go back to the question of the day. All right, so just to use my trade as an example, on clarity, right? So we're talking about, are you forcing clarity or is the market actually clear? So I'm asking myself this question. We're going to use me as an example, all right? So when I sat down, the market was actually clear for me. Did I see clarity? Yeah, I did see clarity. Let me explain to you what I saw so you can understand, like when you ask yourself this question, what are you looking for? So I had already did my bias, right? We did that together, right? We did the 5 to 9, 11 to 2, right? We did the London high, London low, Asia high, Asia low, little cheat code, right? So they gave me some perspective, all right? So in my mind, I'm like, okay, what am I looking at? Let me check this. All right, Asia did not take out, London did not take out Asia highs. It did not take out Asia lows. So we're looking for price to be choppy. Okay, cool. I got that in mind. Now what am I looking for? Well, I know I have 2 targets up here, and I also have my other 2 targets are down here. Here's one here, and the other one is, oh, I'm sorry. We only had 3 targets for the day, and we'll talk about that. Well, we only had 3 targets for the day, not 4, and we'll talk about that. So these are my targets, and I'm like, okay, I'm looking for sales based on the way price action has been. You can see, go to the 5-minute. You can just look at this chart, and you can see. You can just look at it. Look at that. What are you seeing there? Crazy bullish action, right? Since April 10th. And today is the 27th. So for the last 10 days, I mean, you can even go back here and even go further, right? But I'm just going to go from here. From the last 10 days, we've been crazy bullish. Look at that. And we're at all-time highs, right? So with that said, I'm like, I know the characteristics of NQ, and I'm like, NQ is going to definitely have to pull back. It has to. It can't. Think about this. In trading, no ticker, I don't care what ticker it is, no ticker just continuously goes in one direction. I don't care if it's going up or down. It has to pull back. So by me looking at that, I'm like, okay, I'm looking for some type of bearish movement today. I was like, all right, if I see a sell, I'm going to take a sell if I see a sell opportunity, right? So that was my clarity of what I'm seeing, right? So my sell opportunity happened. Let me go back to the 1-minute. My sell opportunity happened. This was my trade. It showed itself. I found a target. Let's see if we can correspond to this target. Well, I found the target. I thought this would be a good target because I wasn't going to hold it all the way down to the target, the pink level below. So I'm like, you know what? I'll use this as a target. I'll trim my position and I'll leave a runner. If price decides it wants to go all the way down there and get that target, I'll get it on 1 micro, on 1 runner. If not, no harm, no foul. I've still banked my 5 contracts and it's all good. So that was my clarity and my thought process of why I even was thinking about sales, number 1, and why I took the trade that I took, and also how I was able to find a different target considering that my target was way down there. Who's going to hold down there? We're not in a market to be trying to hold, right? That just doesn't make any sense. The market is too volatile to be trying to hold a trade from an entry up here somewhere all the way down here. That wouldn't be smart. Optimistic, but not smart. So I'm glad I gave y'all a breakdown on that. Now let me jump into the comments and see what y'all got for me. All right, so let's get there. So, got no re-entry, bad, that's right. TP hit, yep, TP hit. Where are you letting it run to? Oh, hella bands, I was just gonna just let it run, bro. I was gonna just see what it did. If it had ran all day, I'd have let it run all day. And right to like market close, and then I would have just closed it out. But I was just gonna just let it run all day. Literally. That 1 runner, I was just gonna just let it go. I wasn't gonna even, put no TP on it. So, all right. Previous daily high was taken at 9 p.m. Price was traded back within the range. 1 hour bearish fair value got formed at 1 a.m. I have an issue with being sure to wait for price action to show its hand. Got you. Orange for the Iran. Foreign minister will strengthen Russia ties. Got it. 5 minutes ago. That good looking. LOL as I'm holding. Nice. All right. So let's jump here. Let me just check that news. Jerry Jack put us on. Okay, right here. Oh, no. Right here. This one, 11 minutes ago. Iran foreign minister, whoever this guy is, Minister Argachi. I don't know. I'm probably butchering his name. That's all good. Will strengthen Russia ties. Okay, whatever. Iran said to open Strait of Hormuz without nuclear deal. Okay. Well, that's what's going on right now as far as that's concerned. So maybe that could be bringing in some spiky volume. I don't know. Maybe it could, maybe it couldn't. Who knows? But yeah. So that's that. All right. So I explained to you guys, we talked about this question of the day, right? I explained to you guys, pretty much using me as an example, how to make sure that the market is actually clear to what we want to do, you know, our strategy, our entry, whatever. Also too, I wanted to make sure that I want to make sure I was not forcing clarity, right? So based on everything that I did prior to taking my trade, I showed myself that I showed myself, okay, this is the daily bias, got that down. The other thing I showed myself is I showed myself, okay, we've been bullish for the past 10 days. Based on these characteristics, I know NQ is going to be pulling back. I'm going to look for sales, and I'm going to look for sales, you know, the way that I'm going to look for them. No, I'm not going to hold it all the way down to my target. I'm going to find another target, trim my position there, and then just let her run. So that was pretty much my whole thought process on price action today, and also why I was looking for sales, and also why I took the trade and where my target was going to be. So it was easy for all of us to follow to get an idea of, you know, how you want to manage your trades, right? So there that is. That was our question of the day. If anyone has any questions, just let me know. Anyone has any questions, just let me know about what we discussed. All right. So while we're still rocking, what we got? Hey, Trent, I sent you a DM. Talk to you soon. I hope everyone has a good trading day. Awesome. That's what's up. Pivot Point. I got you. Have a great day as well. Antonio Lovato. What's up, brother? Good morning. Did you sleep in on us today? What happened? I'm just messing with you, bro. Good to see you, my brother. All right. So we got 57 viewers. We have 23 likes. If y'all don't mind my beautiful Trade Genius community, could we get the likes up? I just need 34 more likes. We like the likes to match the viewers if we can get that done. Please. Just a little thumb up, won't take it nothing. It's free, little couple clicks, and we'll get there. PT70, good morning. Anyone with the thumb, hit that. Otherwise, you get a pass. That's right. Get on them. Get on them. So, but yeah, if y'all can, let's get the likes up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'm glad you're here. Y'all know I appreciate y'all. That's all I ask for. I don't ask for much. I just ask for the likes and the subscriptions. That's all I'm here for. I'm here for free likes and subscriptions. That's what's up, 1982 Stretch. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, brother. We almost there. We got 34 likes, 50 viewers, so 16 more and we'll get there. Maybe somebody might be walking in and out of the room. That's understandable, but if you can, let's get them likes up, please. All right, now let's get to tip of the day. Let's go ahead on and get to tip of the day today. All right, so tip of the day today is a good trade feels calm, not rushed. A good trade feels calm, not rushed. Think about that. Read that. Understand that. A good trade feels calm, not rushed. A good trade feels calm, not rushed. So think about it. We'll use me as an example today. We'll use a trade that I took. And I appreciate y'all getting them likes up. I really do. We got 9 more. 9 more. 9 more likes, and we'll be even likes for the amount of viewers. 9 more. Actually, 9 more because we got another viewer just jumped in. But I appreciate y'all, though. For real, for real. So going to this talking point, right? Tip of the day. A good trade feels calm, not rushed. So let's use me for an example. Let's go ahead and jump over there. Calm, not rush. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Appreciate you, Q. That's what's up. Proper R&R. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. 1982 Stretch. Got to have the proper risk reward. That's very, very important. Very important. All right. So we'll use me as an example. A good trade feels calm, not rush. So let's jump over here. So y'all saw with my trade, right? Real simple. Y'all saw how I executed. You saw how I did it. The only thing that I was rushing on was trying to log in because I had not logged in. That's still my bad. But I would rather rush doing that, right? Rather rush trying to log in versus, rushing into a bad situation. I had saw my trade set up and I was just rushing to log in because I hadn't logged in. But outside of that, my trade was very, very easy, right? Saw my market structure shift. I saw the fair value gap form, placed my limit order, price tapped me in. I used this previous swing high as my stop loss, and my take profit was the area all the way to the left that I showed y'all earlier. So I got in real easy, real calm, made sure I set my parameters, and then we moved on, right? And we let the trade cook. That's how your trade should be. Very calm, nothing rushed. And you're not sitting there watching every single candle and, and letting your emotions get caught up in that. So that's how you want to take your trades. You just want them to be calm. You see your strategy, you see it set up, you wait for your entry, you take your entry, you set your parameters, and there it is. Yep, I dang near missed it. That is for real, Jerry Jack. I dang near missed my entry. The good thing is it went in drawdown. So at some point, it would have came back to get me. Thank goodness I had all this going on right here, like this, all this going on, and even this, to where it gave me plenty of opportunities to get in the trade. So thank goodness, because there are times where the trade will form my strategies. It'll form the fair value gap, and I put my entry in, and it won't even come back and tap me in. That happens sometimes. That's trading. That's just the way it is. My strat lost today, but I'm calm. Still hurts when you lose, though. That's good. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's not really that it hurts. It's just a fact of, it went against you. No harm, no foul. You shouldn't feel anything. I know you're still working on that, Morbid Drifter, but you'll get to the point to where you don't feel nothing. You'll be numb to the wins and you'll be numb to the losses, meaning numb to the non-profitable trades and numb to the profitable trades. You'll be numb to both, and that takes time, but you have gotten a lot better, Morbid Drifter. So, you know what I mean? Just keep working, bro. Just keep working. You'll get there. Because before it used to be super, you would be afraid to take a trade. Now you've worked beyond that. That's why we fine tune it here. Every day that we do this, we are fine tuning our trading sword. We're sharpening it up, making sure that we constantly beat this stuff in our brain, because every day we are working and striving to be a better trader. All right, what's your EMAs? All I have is just VWAP and 50. That's it. So VWAP session, and it's just normal default, and my SMA 50, simple moving average. So my indicators would be this one, simple moving average. That's the blue line on my chart, simple moving average. And then the yellow line is the volume weighted average price, VWAP. And for those, it's just default settings. So volume weighted average price, VWAP, and simple moving average. And they're just default settings. Nothing special. The only thing I changed was just the color. And there it is. So, and I use SMA, simple moving average. I enter too late and I end up FOMOing in. Yeah, think about it. If you miss your entry, y'all know the rule, right? There's a rule to that. If we miss our entry, what do? We let the trade go. We let it go. We let it go. It's like the balloon we was holding as a kid, and once we let it go, we could never get it back. We just had to watch it go all the way up into the sky till we couldn't see it anymore. That's how it happens if we miss our entry. We just got to let it go and just look at it. You can't just jump in. Just keep that in mind. I know we're all working, and I'm not coming down on anyone when we talk like this. I'm just trying to reiterate the psychology, right? I've been there. I've done all the mistakes that everyone else has done multiple times. We are just working on getting better and being better. So if you miss your entry, just let it go. Just let it go. Don't even worry about it. You have to let it go. That's a discipline that we have to build. if we never get into the habit of letting our trades go when we miss our entry, we're going to be FOMOing in forever, and that's not going to have us. That's not going to, how would I say, that's not going to have us in the best position possible. But also, too, we're not building the proper foundation to be a consistent, profitable trader, right? And that's what we're trying to build here. Soy Sizzle, good morning. Excuse me. All right, so what FVG indicator do you use? I use right here, FVG Nephew Sam. So just go type FVG and indicators up here, and Nephew Sam will pop up. And FVG Nephew Sam. That's the one that I use. And I use default setting. That's it. Yep, default setting on that. All right, so I answered the questions, got y'all straight. All right, cool. So going back to tip of the day. Our trade should always feel good. Calm is clarity, right? That's why I had the question of the day was, are you forcing clarity or is the market clear? You know what I'm saying? Let me say it this way. When your trade feels calm, it's not also about it not being rushed. It feels calm because you are able to read the market, read price action. You waited for your strategy to set up, and then you got in. Your emotions weren't all over the place. Remember, these are all the things that we have to take inventory on before we place a trade, right? Being calm also means what? Shows confidence, right? Calm entry. You had to be confident if your entry was strong or was calm. A rush entry means what? Emotions. You're welcome, Q, no problem. Rush entry means emotions, right? I got to hurry up and get in this trade. That's emotional. We don't want to do that. We want to have a calm entry. And that entry is based on confidence. It's based on us understanding what? We know for a fact our entry goes right here or wherever that is, whatever that price point is. And think about it. You want a calm setup versus a spike entry, right? You don't want to just trying to hurry up and enter because you're afraid you're going to miss or whatever the case may be. It's going to leave without you, whatever the case may be. Just want to keep that calm. Because also what you're going to do is what? You're going to keep your emotions at bay, right? You're not getting yourself all caught up into, I got to hurry up and place this entry. Oh, it's going to leave without me, whatever. It's just calm. Just be calm about it. If I would have missed my entry because I was still trying to log in, it is what it is. I wouldn't have FOMO'd into the trade. I just would have been like, dang it, I missed my entry. Oh, well, and move on. It's really, really, truly no big deal. There'll be plenty other trades, plenty other setups. There's no reason to FOMO in any trade. You miss a trade, let it go. Always keep everything calm. Even if you miss a trade, calm is, dang it, I get the next one. That's calm. Not upset, not angry, not PO, none of that. Just calm. Everything is calm. Just keep that in mind. It's very, very important that we show up with no emotions and we show up with all of these, these different things that we think about. That's going to help our trading game. It's going to allow us to take trades with the proper, with the proper balance, right? It's all balance, right? Balance meaning what? We ain't riding high on no emotions. We ain't riding low on no emotions. We're staying even keeled. We're keeping a stoic demeanor. We're making sure that we're seeing clarity in the market. We're not, we're not forcing anything. We're not forcing an entry. We're not forcing price action that's not there. Like everything is calm. Everything. Just keep it at that. You keep it calm, trust me, everything else will follow. Very calm, very easy. You guys seen me have trades go against me, right? What was my demeanor? The same demeanor it was before I took the trade. That's the way we have to be. That's what we always have to remember. We have to show up that way, period. So, any questions for me? Any concerns on this talking point, this tip of the day? So remember, a good trade will always feel calm and never rushed. And always remember, calm means confidence, or calm equals confidence. Rushed entries equals emotion. So never emotions, always confidence. So think about that. And as far as clarity, going back to question of the day, we never ever want to force clarity. We always want to make sure that the market is actually showing us what we see. And there it is. That's all we have to make sure that we focus on every day. We got to sit down and ask ourselves these questions. We have to do our audit, take our little mental inventory, making sure our emotions intact, making sure that we're seeing what we're supposed to be seeing on price action, making sure we're not fooling ourselves, making sure we're not making nothing up, we're not forcing anything, understanding that, hey, if you did what I did, hypothetically speaking, you weren't logged into your accounts, your strategy set up, and you weren't able to get into that entry, guess what you have to do? You let it go. And then that's just basically like, that is a learning lesson to what? Make sure that you have your account, that you're logged into your accounts and all of that type stuff, right? Right. All right, y'all, hold on 1 second. Let me go grab a little tissue for my nose. I feel a little something. All right, 1 second. All right, y'all, we back. Thank you for holding on. I appreciate it. Felt my nose getting a little runny. All right, so let's see here. No one else said anything in the comments. Okay, cool. Appreciate y'all holding on for me. So going back to what we were talking about, we have to just make sure that we are, like I said, we take an inventory every time we sit down to trade, before we make any entry, before we take any entry, before we think we see a strategy. We just have to make sure that we're checking off our boxes, we're auditing ourselves, we're temperature checking, we're doing all of those things. So I think when you understand that nothing is forced, when you understand that everything should be from a calm nature, your trade should feel calm, meaning they should feel good. Calmness means confidence. Rush means emotions. When we start understanding these things, what does it do? It allows us to take our trading game to another level. And that's what we're trying to do. We want to take our trading game to another level by making sure that we're staying up on all the psychology things that we're dealing with. All right. Now, anybody have any questions for me on that, or any concerns, something y'all want to talk about, a question about something else? Let me know. Let me know. And just to let everyone know, Serena as well, I'm in the 5-0 with y'all also. So we're going to let that cook and see what it does. But yeah, I'm in a 5-0 with y'all also. So I got that 5-0 I'm in on my bigger accounts. Yes. So any concerns, any questions? Nothing. Anything anybody want to talk about? Something you're not fully understanding, something you're not confident about, something you want to share? Let me know. Let me know. All right. Well, let me jump back to what I was going to show y'all today, because it's something that tends to happen from time to time. And I always like to share those things. So if y'all notice today, we talked about it. I only had 3 targets on three pink lines on my chart today. Normally I always have 4, right? Because if y'all know how we set our daily levels, we know our daily levels come from what? The open, high, low, close of the previous day's candle, right? All right. So I only have 3 on my chart. Why? Why I do not have 4? So let's go to the daily time frame. Let me show y'all this. So this is the daily time frame. So if you hover your mouse over this candle, over Friday's candle, right? You will see that the open and the low have the same price. hover your mouse over that daily candle. The open is 26,990.75. The low is 26,990.75, meaning this area right here, the low and the open of this candle. So that tends to happen sometimes. So that means what? We only have 3 targets. We do not have a separate low and a separate open, because the O and the open, the O and the open, the low and the open, the low and the open are both the same price. So today we only had 3 targets. That'll tend to happen. So just to throw that out there for anyone that didn't notice that or was wondering, like, that's pretty much what we had today. So we only had 3 targets. We had an open, a high, open and low is the same price, and then close. This is our close. So we had 3 targets for today. So just something I wanted to share with y'all. That tends to happen sometimes. You won't have 4. You won't get an open, high, low, and close. You just get like what I just got, which is an open, high. I mean, you're going to get open, high, low, close, but I'm saying all different price points. So, but yeah, so that's how I ended up with 3 targets today. If anyone that was wondering or interested in knowing why there was only 3 and not 4, that was the reason right there. All right, so let's see here. Oh, a little chop box, huh? I'm done. Y'all know I ain't trading nothing else for today. I'm done. I'm in the 5 on my big account. That's about it. I'm going to let that run till, I'm just going to let it run all day, really. Yeah, I'm going to let it run all day. I may take profits around TP2, but we'll see. We'll see what price is going to do. But I'm going to let it run for a while. Other than that, I think that's it. What else did I want to talk to y'all about? Oh, be checking y'all DMs today. You will be receiving a DM from me today. I did not get to it this weekend for our FX replay stuff, but I did go through and I checked all the DMs, and I thank you for everyone that sent me a DM and let me know you want to join. I appreciate it. I got them. I will definitely be sending out the DMs this week, and that'll have some information for y'all. And that's that. And I think Canary is going to join us too, y'all, for the I think Canary is going to join us on the back testing session. She hit me up this weekend, said she's going to join with us. So we'll have my sis in there with us. Why you trade 5 on bigger accounts? Because the reason why I like to trade 5 on bigger accounts is because I want to make sure that I have a lot of drawdown. And the 5-0 is a trade that you can take re-entries on the trade, right? So having a bigger account is going to make more sense for me with that strategy, because I can enter, multiple times and not no, my SL is at, let's see here. Hold on one second. Let me see, Serena. My SL is at, no, my SL is at the high of that candle, which is, yeah, 423. That's correct. That's correct, Serena. Yep. That is absolutely correct. That's where it's at. 423. I don't know what I was looking at something else. I was looking at the line. I was looking at my target line. It's like, huh? But yeah, 423 is correct. So, the reason why I like to use the 5-0, or like to use bigger counts on a 5-0, because with the 5-0, think about it. Sometimes it's a trade that runs overnight, right? Not only that, it's also a trade that we can re-enter at least a couple times, right? Sometimes I re-enter 3 times. There are times that I have re-entered 3 times. So I want to make sure that I have enough drawdown, number 1. Number 2, I also want to make sure that with my larger accounts, you know what I'm saying, that if the 5-0 goes crazy and does, TP 100 or 50 or some wild, that I'm able to, you know what I mean, get a nice max payout on my property. On my on my prop firm. And I'm just tripping off this candle. I have something up on my I got something up on my chart over here, y'all. My bad. It's just getting my attention. But so with the larger accounts, I just want to make sure that I have enough drawdown. I'm able to do several reentries, and then my account not be in jeopardy. So on the 5-0, I like to do 150K accounts. That gives me 4,500 in drawdown. I can take 3 reentries on a night and only still be down a few hundred, like maybe $1,200. I only take reentries if the stop loss is like $400 or $500, right? So you want to make sure that you're doing your numbers correctly. So with $4,500 drawdown, I'm not taking a bunch of reentries if the stop loss is like $1,200. This doesn't make any sense. $1,200, I may take 2, but $1,200, I'm pretty much going to shut it down. But when we have those stop losses on the 5-0 where they're like 400, 500, 300, they're small because the candle's small, I'll re-enter those a couple of times. There's times I've even re-entered those on 3 times, and because based on the characteristics, because I've been trading this strategy way before the community got it. We were trading this strategy. I know that a lot of times that on the 3rd re-entry, it'll go. So this, based on my characteristics and my back testing, knowing the strategy, I would advise you to back test it to understand that. But having the larger accounts just gives me a little bit more, how would I say, it gives me a little bit more confidence in the regard that those accounts can take some hits and I don't have to worry about blowing them. You know what I mean? Also too, I can go to bed, even though I know I have my stop loss set, still I can go to bed and still feel comfortable that if price goes against me, I'm not blowing my accounts, or I'm not waking up in the morning with hardly any drawdown left to trade in those accounts to where the next trade I take, the accounts blow. So also too, I don't think anything less of a 100K account is fit to trade the 5-0. Because what about when you have a stop loss that's like $1,000 or $1,100 because that 5-minute candle was big? You only have $3,000 in drawdown, and you're taking a hit for like $1,100 or $1,200. Think about that. With a 50K account, you're not going to have that account too much longer. Let's just be honest. You're not going to have that account too much longer. You're going to eventually blow that account. It can't take those large hits like that. It just can't. So to err on the side of caution, I always trade my 5-0s on 150K accounts, period. I'm not about to stress out my 50K accounts. Also, I'm not taking multiple strategies. I'm not using multiple strategies on one prop firm account. That is the other reason why I do that. Every strategy, I trade one strategy per accounts. That's how I rock it. That's a cheat code. I'm giving y'all a cheat code. I trade particular strategies on particular prop firm accounts. Are we still doing nighttime streams or no? At some point, it's going to get there. Real estate mentality, LOL, for real. Great, me too. What else we got in here? Yes. So, yes, I'm most likely, Drew River, going to possibly going to start the nighttime streams by next week. If not next week, the week after. So I'm just still trying to figure that out. But Q, if I can't get in the inner circle, how do I get insights on these strategies? Couple of ways. The best way you get insights on a strategy, because this is the thing. So with inner circle curriculum versus someone being in TEF, unfortunately, I can't share those things, right? Because think about it. For anyone that's in the inner circle, right, it wouldn't be fair to them if I was sharing those resources with anyone that's not in the inner circle. You know what I mean? So that's where my hands are tied on that. And I have to think about that. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Now, how would you get your hand on some of that? How would you get some of that going? The only thing I can say is just show up on the calls, and any strategy that I do, I break the strategy down. As far as the 5-0 Q, I'm going to start, if not this Sunday, the following Sunday, I'm going to start. It'll probably be the following Sunday because I think I'm going to have to go out of town this weekend. So The following Saturday, which would be, let me give you a date. Let's go over here. Let me hit my calendar. It looks like it'll be possibly the 10th. Yeah, possibly the 10th when I'll do that. That's also what I practice, one account per strategy. Yep. Are you a lion or a puppy? I'll watch, but I'm staying away from them. Asia markets, no thanks. Bet. Been waiting on the night stream since last week. Ready for it. For real, for real. Q, facts. Yes, yes, yes. So those are going to, like I said, possibly like the 10th of May. That'll be 2 Sundays from yesterday, like 2 weeks from yesterday. This weekend, like I said, I think I'm going to definitely have to get out of town. But the following weekend, we'll go ahead and start it up. But yeah, so the idea is I'm kind of fighting with that, right? I'm dealing with the fact that I have to make sure that I'm not sharing that information with anyone outside of the inner circle. So for me, my hands are a little tied, but we work it. We work through it. As we're going through the different strategies, if I'm going to take a strategy, I'm going to break the strategy down for you. But I'm still working on how to figure out getting around that issue. I'm still trying to figure that out, like how to get around that issue. You know what I'm saying? So at some point we'll figure it out. Regardless if I do take the strategy on stream, I'm going to break it down for you. Yeah, that is Mother's Day. It'll be for the opening. So it'll be Sunday night. That's correct. 1982 stretch. Yeah, it'll be that night. Ones that want to tap in, they can tap in. The ones that, maybe doing Mother's Day activities, that's cool. So, Mother's Day celebrations, knock it out. You can always jump in on Monday. Because if I do start, we're going to go Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then that'll be it. Because, there's no overnight session on Friday because Friday the market closes and the market doesn't reopen back till Sunday. So once we started, we'll do 5 days a week on it. And it's going to be real quick, 30 minutes, 40 minutes at the most. It's not going to be a long stream, really, really quick. We'll be able to jump on, place our entries, together, ask a couple of questions, and then we'll jump off the stream, and then everyone will just be, in the trade on their own, managing it for themselves. So, but other than that, do y'all have anything for me outside of that? Let me make sure I answered every question. Mark, are you a lion or a puppy? I don't know. I'm just an alpha, bro. I don't even know. I'm just an alpha. I don't even equate myself to any animal. You know what? If I was to equate myself to an animal, I'll be a silverback gorilla. Yeah, super strong, and they only eat plants. That's pretty much my personality right there. So I'm a silverback gorilla, Mark Lynch. Just to answer your question. I found that to be funny. Are you a lion or a puppy? That's pretty broad. That's pretty far opposite ends of the spectrum. Puppy, lion, nah, I'm a silverback gorilla. Back testing sessions, you're definitely gonna get your DM today. I stated that earlier. If you didn't hear Donna, no worries. Yeah, y'all gonna get y'all DMs today, and then we gonna put everything together. So everyone some of us are still in the 5-0. God, price has been so just weird today. Yeah, prices. I don't know. Price has been. I don't know. We got some bearish action, right? But where market open? Market opened here, right? Right. Market opened there. So actually, if you really look at it, price hasn't done too much. It's kind of really in an area. Let's see here. This is our session right here. This is what we've done so far. That's what we've done so far. So I would consider that to be a little choppy, right? We can say this is choppy price action. I would have to respect can be weak for real. Exactly. Yeah, no doubt. But this is what we've done so far. Does this can we all agree to say this is kind of going with our bias, right? Right? Our bias was what? London did not take out Asia highs or Asia lows. So Um, we expect the price to be choppy today. That's what our bias tells us on our little cheat code. We're not married to that, but we kind of use that as a gauging point, right? And you can see price has been choppy. I only caught this little move right here. I caught this move right here. That's all I caught. Quick. That was it. This one and this one was really the only two substantial moves, right? Everything else was pretty much choppy. So I'm blessed that I was able to catch a little bit of something. But if I hadn't caught this, there would have really been nothing else. I mean, I know we're in the 5-0. That's a whole different strategy. But at the end of the day, price is showing itself to be a little choppy today. Pretty much that kind of mirrored our bias, right? So just say that not to be right, just to let you understand that our cheat code it's on point. I mean, it's not 100%, and we're not married to it, but it's on point. Like it definitely truly works, and it definitely gives you a gauging point on what to look for price action for today during New York session. So let's see here. You short right now? Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, I got a strategy. My strategy pretty much, I took it. The other strategy is a 15-minute banger still rocking. Let's see here. Where we at? 15-minute banger. Yeah, 15-minute banger still rocking. Yeah, 15-minute banger still rocking. Entry would have been here. Yeah, 15-minute banger still rocking, and it's still doing its thing. What's better, Simpsons or Family Guy? Only one answer. We just said it can't be two. I don't know. I like Simpsons better. I think Simpsons. I mean, Family Guy is pretty funny, but I think Simpsons is just more on a whole nother level. So I like Simpsons better, even though I've watched both. I like Simpsons better. 15-minute hit TP or hit TP1. Oh, it did, huh? One. Oh yeah, it did. So that means it went 1-to-1. So it already hit. It already hit its profit for the day. This is my second time joining your live session, and I greatly appreciate your explanations. Absolutely. Thanks for tapping in. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm glad it's working. I'm glad it's working for you. That was the whole point. The whole idea of the stream was to get us prepared on all levels. But yeah, I did see that, Serena. 15-minute banger did hit its 1-to-1, so you should be out of that trade. Whoever took it, they should definitely be out of it, and you made your money for that. So 15-minute banger made his bread. The DS made his bread if you took some partials on it and then try to hold it down here to this level. You know what I mean? That made some money today. So that's not too bad. That's not bad at all. That's really great way to start the week. And like I said, I'm still in the 5-0 with everyone that's in it. And that's pretty much it. Of course you're gonna say Family Guy, Soy Sizzle. You didn't grow up with The Simpsons. Of course you're gonna say Family Guy. Is it possible for price to chase Friday Asia and London lows, or is it too far down? Show the M1. I want to see if the show is valid. So Natalia, I mean, it's definitely possible. I mean, could it go that far down? So Friday's Asia's or London's low, or is it too far down? I mean, price will do some crazy things. The characteristics of NQ is there's sometimes we have 800 point swings in one day. So can it go down there? Absolutely. Do I think it'll go down there today? Only if price was manipulated, meaning like we had some tweets come out, we had some news based on the war. That's the only way that I feel price to get all the way down there today. So just off the top, will price get down there? I don't think so. Can it get down there? Yes, it could. What would it need? It would need definitely a lot of news manipulation, I believe, to go bearish. But it definitely could get down there. Show the Mark Lynch, what are you saying, brother? Show the M1. I want to see if the short was valid. Let me know what you mean. What you mean, Mark? D Young, what's up, girl? You might have already covered this, but can you explain how your experience with trading price action has evolved from when you first started to now? Ooh, great question. Okay, so, you're welcome. You're welcome, Natalia, anytime. Natalia Ramos, anytime. That's what I'm here for. Thanks for tapping in. I'm glad you're here with us, and you are now part of the Trade Genius family. So you locked in with us. So D Young, what I can say is when I was trying to do things by price action, of course, I didn't know what I was looking at. The Candlestick Bible did help me, but it didn't really help me until I started like studying it. And what I mean by studying it, I mean, I read the Candlestick Bible the first time. Oh, 1 minute chart. Okay, cool. Looked like the short off the MA was good. I'll jump in there, Mark. So, at first, of course, I didn't know what I was looking at, right? Number one. Number two, what I started doing is I started comparing, like I started doing some studying because I was on a chart so much. So I was like, all right, on one screen, I had the Candlestick Bible open. On the other screen, I'm finding the candles that was in the Candlestick Bible, like a doji or a hammer or a candle that had, no bottom wick or no top wick. Like all the candles that I was learning about in the Candlestick Bible, I was going to my charts and I was trying to find them, trying to identify them. Once I started doing that, I noticed I started getting real good at just identifying things, right? Then I really didn't understand fair value gaps. So I had to understand that. And then I start finding those out of the blue. I just start finding a bunch of fair value gaps, right? So what I would do is I would turn my fair value gap indicator off and I'll make myself use my little purple box like y'all see right here. And I would just find them and I would just, every time I thought I saw one, I would just put the purple box and then I would turn my indicator back on. And the idea was to hopefully my indicator fair value gaps would match up with my purple boxes. And of course, some yes, some no. And then I got to the point I just started getting better at that. Then with the price action thing, it evolved, I would say, after backtesting when I can say how I read price action started evolving. I started noticing some different things, and I realized it was from all the repetition of all the different backtesting trades that I was in, which was kind of weird because if you think about it, when we're backtesting, we're looking at price, right? But we're really more testing a strategy, right? So we're not really paying attention to price when we're backtesting. We're more or less paying attention to the strategy and the time frame that we're supposed to be trading that strategy, right? But I did notice that after my backtesting sessions, after the first backtesting sessions, I started seeing some things a little bit different with price action. I started to understand it. After about a good year of just watching NQ, it really started to make sense to me because I started picking up characteristics. So it was a little bit of all of that. It was a little bit of understanding candlesticks. It was a little bit of understanding, like what price is doing, like where the fair value gaps are. Also too, just the year of watching NQ and understanding characteristics, I started seeing so many different, so many things that I had noticed before. I was like, oh, I know, I've seen this before. Oh yeah, I've seen that before. Oh yeah, I remember this. So I would say about a good year is when it really started to come it started coming like full circle is the best thing that I can say. It took me at least, I'm gonna be honest with you, it took me like at least 4 to 5 months just to get everything in front of me, meaning understanding news, understanding this, my charts, setting up my copy trader, making sure this is on, making sure that is on, making sure I'm on micros and not on minis, making sure I'm doing my daily levels, making sure it was a lot. So the first 5 months is really, it took a lot of work for me to get everything in front of me. So Q, just go into a hard copy. If you want a hard copy, you would have to go purchase it off Amazon, but I got a PDF. If you go down into my description, I got a free version of it. Got a PDF. It's really all you need. PDF, put on any one of your devices and just read it. So you can get it. But if you want a hard copy, I would say I think Amazon. I think Amazon may have a hard copy. Someone had gave me the book, so I never really looked to Amazon to see if they have it, but I'm almost sure they do. But if you want a hard copy, Amazon. If you want a PDF, I have a free PDF in my description. So, but yeah, DeYoung, that's pretty much how my price action evolved from then till now. And now everything I do is just based off the characteristics. It's based off the characteristics and and my knowledge, right? So that's pretty much how I trade NQ price action. And I don't look at any other ticker. So it's easy for me not to be confused. If you think about it, it's very easy for me not to be confused because I'm only watching one ticker. So that's pretty much how I rock that. And for everyone else, like, just take your time. Yeah, Amazon for sure, absolutely. Just take your time. The best thing that I can say. But remember how I always tell y'all, all right, y'all, you made your bread for the day, log out your accounts, right? I never say close the charts. I always say what? Log out of your accounts, but keep your charts up. Even if you can't sit at the computer or at your device, your tablet, whatever you got, just leave it up. And as you're walking by it, like, just check it. If you're away from the house, have it on your phone. Even if you're at work, you ain't trading, but if you're at work, like, just take it out periodically, just once an hour, and just look at it. Look at what price is done. If you see any weird, like, spikes or, crazy wicks or something that went on when you looked at it the last time to when you looked at it, just presently or just recently, whenever you get home or you're wherever you need to be, try to figure out what that was. Try to look it up. Let me go look on some news. Let me go to Forex Factory. Let me go to Bloomberg. Let me go somewhere where I can possibly see, what caused that. I mean, that's pretty much all that I ever did, and that's all that I even do now. And it helps me. It's on YouTube too. Someone will read it to you. Oh Lord. Is it really Sherry Jack? Let me go see this. Oh my goodness. So let's go here. So we'll go here. Let's go to look, it popped right up. Candlestick Trading Bible. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Oh shoot. Okay. There it is. So you can have somebody read it to you. That's what Jerry Jack was talking about. Got it. Okay. Got it. So it's like that. All right. That might be annoying. This might be annoying right here. Oh, okay. So that's what he said. They'll read it to you. Okay. Well, no thanks. No thanks, sir. All right, let's get back. That's too funny. Okay. Yes, sir. That's funny. Finished the Candlestick Bible last week. Feel like I need to go through it again and again. And you know what? I went through the Candlestick Bible. I read it one time. I probably read it. Let me say this. I read it fully one time, right? But I was reading it periodically even more. Maybe not the whole, maybe not like going front to back, but when I say I was reading it again, like I was going, when I tell you I was finding all the different candles, Mr. Payout, as I was finding all the different candles, and I would just read on that candle again. Like I'd be like, all right, a doji. All right, I'll go and read on a doji. Oh, 3 black crows, or all the different, all the different patterns. Like I was just reading up on all of that. Q said, well, I'll be darned. For real. But yeah, I would just read up on that, like particular, like, okay, I'm looking for dojis today. I'm going to find as many dojis as I can. Boom. I'm going to look for hammers. I'm going to look for, just all these different kind of candles. I'm going to look for a flat bottom with no wick. I'm going to look for a flat top with no wick. So that's what I was doing after I read it the first time. And I just did that a lot. Like I would just do one day and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna find all dojis. I'm finding all this, all that. And all of those things help me. You know what I mean? So I would encourage anyone, if you're still like kind of little, not really struggling, but if you still want to get a little firmer understanding of candlesticks, just pull out that Candlestick Bible, man. I'm telling you, that thing is worth its weight in gold. I don't care what no one says. It's worth its weight in gold. Like for real. It's a really great tool. And once you get it down, you won't even really need it anymore. You get to the point to where you won't even need it, but you have it, and you can always share it with someone else. Like I said, if you go to my description, in my description, you can go down there. You can download it. It's a free PDF, and you can share it with someone else as well. So it's a free book that was given to me. So I was like, in turn, I'm going to give the book away free as well. Someone gave it to me when I first started trading futures. Someone was like, huh, here's a candlestick. I mean, I'm saying huh like they gave me a book, but they was like, huh, I'm going to shoot you this PDF. And I went from there. So other than that, let's go back here. So you can see what we've done for today. This is on the 5-minute. This is the open. This is where price is currently at the moment. As you can see, it has done absolutely nothing. Nothing. So maybe our daily bias is going to be on point today. We shall see. Let's see here. Bloomberg. I just put it in the chat for you. Bloomberg. Yep. And they're cool. Bloomberg Forex Factory, and then this news right here. Something Jerry Jack turned us on to. Mr. Payout turned us on to this news. I've been in here before, but I wasn't paying attention to it. But outside of the calendar, this news is really good. A lot of times you'll have to refresh just to see if some of this stuff has changed. Other than that, yeah, still holding. Yeah, we still holding that 5-0. So yeah, we holding that. But other than that, does anybody else have anything for me? Let me make sure I answered all the questions. Q, what you say, Q? I'm laughing at you. She said, well, I'll be darned. I started it. I'm in it old school, want to flip the pay. Oh, got it. You want to flip? I got you. Then I think Amazon. We can do that together. I promise I can spell, y'all. I promise I have a I can spell, and I promise I have a master's degree. I promise. I really do. I'll show y'all. All right, here we go. We got some books. See, this is the thing that I do not like. I do not like when you have all of these different what's the names. See how all okay. So this would be the one for me. This is the one I would choose. Why? Because it has this gentleman on the front. Munhisa Homa. Yes. Or Homa Munhisa. Yes. He created the candle. He created this. So I would this is the book I would purchase. So I'm gonna shoot you a link. I'm gonna put the link in here. Paste. Boom. All right, what you got, Empress? Have a good Monday. Going to the beach. Man, how you just gonna do that? How you just gonna say I'm going to, y'all be good, have a good Monday, I'm going to the beach and chill? How you just gonna say that? Like, come on. You can't just say that. You can't just come in the chat and say, y'all have a great Monday, I'm going to the beach and chill. You know how jelly I am right now? Like, and then this the other thing too. You in Jamaica, so I know you getting that good Caribbean sun and water. I'm jealous. Would you say oh, he's on YouTube also? Okay. Let's go check. Let's go check this guy out. Let's go back here. And then let's go. Are you talking about this one maybe? Or are you talking about the actual gentleman himself? Bet. Nah, man, I need an invite. Oh, maybe here it is right here. Oh, it's a trading stick Bible decoded. Candlestick Bible decoded. I'm sure he's somewhere in here. We can find him. Here we go. There we go, right there. Audio book. That's by someone. I just hate when it be other people because it makes me be like, but this one looks pretty good. Maybe this one. But there's a ton of them on there. You'll be able to find one and, as they say, tickle your fancy with that. But yeah, Empress, you can't do that. You can't just say, y'all have a happy Monday. I'm going to the beach and chill. Huh? Like what? Man, you better be sending some invites. I'm trying to chill too. But nah, that's what's up. Enjoy the beach. Right? Exactly. Right, Q? Same here. I'm trying to get to that point where I'm on an island just trading somewhere. I can't wait. Other than that, man, did everyone get their questions in for the day? We got everything figured out as far as like what we need some clarity on. We good with that? Everybody got that? We went through our question of the day, tip of the day today, so we should be good on all fronts. And what did you say? Also, can't stick Bible. I can do you the PDF for it. Yeah. You sent me the PDF. I do have it. I have the PDF, absolutely. But thank you, Impress. I do have it. Melanin Impress collection. Thank you. But yeah, so other than that, y'all, I mean, hey, we had a pretty decent Monday today. Some of us banked, some of us still holding a trade. If you made some money today, that's what's up. I'm glad you did. Go ahead and log out of those accounts. Leave your charts up. We do not want to give any of that money back to the market. They don't deserve it. Other than that, if y'all don't have anything for me, let me check these comments again. If y'all don't have anything for me, we're going to get out of here. Thanks for tapping in. For everyone that exercised discipline, you showed up on our charts correctly. You left your emotions off the charts. You exercised discipline, risk management. You didn't over leverage. You didn't FOMO in. You were calm when you took your entry. And you made a little bit of bread. Hopefully that's how your day went today. If it did not, that's no big deal. And we're going to come in here tomorrow and we're going to show up the same way and we're going to, you know what I mean, hopefully reduplicate the same outcome. If we don't, it's no problem. But we are going to make sure that we're showing up on the charts every day the same, no matter what the outcome was the day before. So tomorrow when we come in, no, it should be $8.99. Q, it should be $8.99. Everybody been saying 12. I got to go in there and look at that. I don't know why it's showing anything for 12. It should be $8.99. It was the whole point is I was making it super cheap. It's only 45 cents a day. That's why I made it $8.99. So it literally comes out to 45 cents a day on a 20-day trading week. So I'm doing it off trading days. So we have 5 days in a trading week, right? So you figure we have 20 trading days in a month. So that price to $8.99, that was 45 cents a day. Like, can't be 45 cents a day. It's nothing. What's comes with it? It's going to be a bunch of members only content. It's only going to be stuff that I'm going to be sharing only with the members. It doesn't mean that the regular community is not going to get anything. Y'all already know I give everything when it comes to my regular community. Like, you guys are going to get everything. The members is just going to be a little bit more in depth, and also too, we'll be doing some membership stuff. You know what I mean? Membership stuff meaning just a lot of different things. Also, when you're a member, you will automatically get like 25% off all merch every day, all day. You won't need a code or anything for that. And like I said, it'll just be a bunch of members only content. Also, too, I'm going to be I got some other things that I have going on that I'm going to only be sharing with the members. It's going to be like some personal stuff. So it's not only just trading, it's going to be trading, and it's also going to be, be able to kind of, dip into the personal life with me and see things that I'm doing, how I'm running. You pay $11.99. Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna check that. I'm gonna check that queue, and I have your DM, and then we'll J Royal stop, and then we'll work that out. We'll work that out. So I'm gonna check that out. You're the second person that said that. Shamika Beach, you're welcome. See everybody with this beach. Hold on, y'all. What's happening? Empress is going to the beach. Shamika Beach. What's going on? Y'all going to the beach on me today? I'm super jelly. Everybody going to the beach. What's happening? And I didn't get one invite. Y'all be dogging trend. It's all good though. Oh, okay, cool. No. It'll never be that much. Membership will never be that much. No. It's just I felt like it was something affordable, but think about $9 a month. What's that? That's really nothing. But it allows you to what? To have some skin in the game, and also as well as you're gonna get some nice things for that as well. So that's the whole point. Yes, Shamika, I see you. Thank you, Donna. Appreciate that. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, it's a whole, how would I say? We have a whole we have a huge idea drawn out for the members. So, that's just to get the more in depth, right? If you want a little bit more in depth, it's almost like when you get into a community and you have all the resources versus paying for a one-on-one, right? When you get a one-on-one, what does that mean? Hey, one-on-one, it's me and just that person. I get to ask all my questions, get more in-depth insight, right? So the membership is similar to that. It's not a one-on-one, but I'm saying it gives you more in-depth information, and it gives you a bunch of other little perks as well. That's pretty much it. So other than that, thank you. I appreciate you, Donna. Y'all have a great remainder of y'all day. We had a cool Monday today, doing pretty good. Hopefully we can get out of here with some decent bread in this 5-0 for the ones that are in it. Other than that, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Shout out to the Edge Funder co-founders, Juvier, Scalp Gob, my brothers. Without them, we wouldn't be here. No, Chris, not $20, $8.99. Yeah, nah, not $20. $8.99 is cool. It's just something, like I said, just something to get the skin in the game. It's not really about the money. It's just, I feel like in order for anyone to respect anything, right? And y'all know this, like, and when you have some skin in the game on something, you tend to respect it a little bit different, right? So that's really what that's really what the $8.99 is about. So with that said, jump in there, Chris. Would love to have whoever want to be a member. If you don't want to become a member, no big deal. We still rocking. Other than that, as I stated, y'all have a great remainder of the day. I'm going to say it again. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. We'll be in here tomorrow, and we're going to come back at it and, try to reduplicate what we did today. Other than that, once again, shout out again to the co-founders. It's my second shout out to them today. Juvier, Scalp Guy, my brothers. Without them, we wouldn't be here. Other than that, man, y'all have a blessed remainder of y'all day. And I catch y'all first thing tomorrow, same time, same Trade Genius channel. Y'all be good. Yay.